Robert Franklin Breeden was born on Friday, April 8, 1927, in Buena Vista, Virginia, to James Franklin Breeden and Carrie White Sprouse. He was the eighth child of 9 born to the couple and was raised with his siblings in the Breeden home place on Chestnut Avenue in Buena Vista, at the foot of the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Bob graduated from Perry McClure High School in his hometown. He became a Christian on October 15, 1944, at 17 years of age. Soon thereafter, he embarked on a 21-year military career that would begin in the Navy, continue in the Marine Corps, and finish in the United States Army. He retired from the military in 1968 with the rank of Major and is a veteran of World War II and the Korean War. While stationed at Camp Lejeune Marine Base in 1954, he married Zaylene Lloyd. Zaylene, a native of Durham, North Carolina, had just returned from a 5-year term as a Free Will Baptist missionary to India and was working with the Free Will Baptist Children's Home in Middlesex, North Carolina. Zaylene's college friends, Ethel and Lee Whaley, were pastoring the First Free Will Baptist Church in Jacksonville, adjacent to Camp Lejeune. They introduced Zaylene and Bob to each other. Bob began attending there and started teaching Sunday school. Ethel kept encouraging him to become a preacher. He was ordained at their little white church on College Avenue in Jacksonville and preached his first sermon 2 Sundays later. The first 14 years of their marriage would be as a military family, with posts of duty in Alaska, New Jersey, North Carolina, Georgia, and a year in Korea where Bob served alone. During their time in the military, Bob and Zaylene adopted 4 children, whom they named Wade Franklin, Kenneth Wayne, Rebecca Darlene, and Jonathan Russell. Even while in the military, Bob would often serve to fill the pulpit whenever the pastor would be away. When Lee and Ethel Whaley moved to Anchorage, Alaska as home missionaries, Bob and Zaylene were transferred there by the Army, and Bob would often fill the pulpit for Lee whenever he had to travel. In 1968, when Bob retired from the United States Army, he began his second career as a full-time Free Will Baptist pastor. The Free Will Baptist churches he served full-time are Davis Free Will Baptist Church in Davis, North Carolina; Littleton Free Will Baptist Church in Littleton, New Hampshire; the Sandy Acres Free Will Baptist Church in Columbia, North Carolina; Linneus Free Will Baptist Church in Linneus, Maine; Richland Free Will Baptist Church in Nashville, Tennessee; Harris Memorial Free Will Baptist Church in Greenville, Tennessee. He and Zaylene served as Free Will Baptist home missionaries and planted the Lighthouse Free Will Baptist Church in Wausau, Wisconsin. They then moved to Mount Calvary Free Will Baptist Church in Aberdeen, Maryland, and his final full-time church pastorate was the Chestnut Hill Free Will Baptist Congregation in Big Island, Virginia. Many of the churches Bob and Zaylene pastored were not quite able to support a family of 6, but with Bob's military pension, he was able to devote his full-time attention to the ministry. And as a bonus, Zaylene's energies and talents would be part of the package. In 1998, after 44 years of marriage, Zaylene suffered a stroke that took her speech. For 6 years, and into their 50th year of marriage, Bob served as Zaylene's faithful primary caregiver until her death in December 2004. A few years ago, he retired fully from preaching. His children all live within a few hours. Bob has one living sibling, his younger brother Lyle, who resides over the mountain in Lynchburg. Bob also has 7 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. He still enjoys trading greeting cards with friends around the nation. And when able, he can be found visiting Woodruff's store, cafe, and pie shop in Monroe, Virginia, where Miss Mary and the local folks still call him Pastor Breeden. Even though he's unable to minister to the churches around his home area, this native son of Virginia is the grateful recipient of their love and ministry to him.